Welcome my friends of WildRift, it's Kirks here, your favorite washed up rank 1 gamer golem. And today we have the most cringe thing ever. Full tank Karma. I've played him myself into a full AD or full auto attack centric composition, and let me tell you this, the enemy doesn't have fun. But let me tell you a few things about how it works. You're basically pretending to be a Nautilus, but you're a Karma. And here's the thing you can do the most. Utilizing Hex Flash and Normal Flash. Karma has one thing that most people do not utilize at all. I need to talk about this in detail. Your second ability is a debuff. You basically put two people on a leash, or one person. The leash is coming from you, and you can leash one person, and then from the one person, the leash extends to another person. The empowered version leashes the two people together, so there's like a link between you and the first person and the first and the second person. Even if you break your own link, the second and first person will still be linked unless they walk away from each other. But they can't always do so because they have to get themselves killed, because the spacing unless they have flash is impossible. With that in mind, the enemy, if you just continuously hex flash forward, can't do anything. Basically like a Nautilus. And not only this, you're also utilizing the so-called experience bias. People are so used to seeing Karma as the enchanter and squishy champion, so even if you see an inflated health bar, they will still expect you to die. And they will go onto you and try to focus you. And while they do so, they will spend so much time and resources to try, but they will fail. And even if they succeed, they spend too much time. So you see, if you can rely on your teammates, this is going to be very, very powerful. And this is the entire idea of this. You have Frozen Heart, making the enemy attack speed giga low, I think 38%. You have Plated Steel Caps, reducing physical damage taken. You have HEARSTEEL, infinitely scaling HP. Full Resolve First 3, Hex Slash, and even Augment. The entire playstyle is around your second ability. Personally, I like the more laning dominant version of this, which is still with Comet, Cheap Shot, and Scorch. Because this will allow you to literally pop stomp every single lane in the game, because you quite literally double the damage of your first ability thanks to the power of Comet, Scorch, and Cheap Shot, and is always guaranteed to hit. So, the other items in this build. We have Thornmail, making sure that we are the frontliner and applying anti-heal to as many people as possible, as well as reflecting damage with the power of the newly buffed Thornmail with 2% of the HP scaling, and then we even go for Randuin's Omen. Randuin's Omen doesn't reduce crit damage anymore, but it enables us to have another resource of sustain, because we will gain healing if we auto-attack people, and since we are ranged, we get to do so quite easily. Walking up, Tether is applied as you see two people being CC'd, and the Glacial is doing so much work here as well, and the auto attack after auto attack, ult being placed down, Sona has to flash, but the Ezreal hits the snipe. Legendary Q, ladies and gentlemen, in China, we attack, we go forward, the Legend gaming experience. I miss Legend Q. If you miss Legend Q, let me know in the comments below. I want it back. And the real legendary Q, not the joke we have right now. But yeah. That's what you get for picking Sona. Also, very, very powerful decision by him by picking up 2 Ruby Crystals. Ruby Crystals is 150 HP each, and upgrading to a Kindle Gem barely grants any health. It just grants you ability haste, and it's simply not enough at that level. So it's not really that relevant. Now he picks up even more HP and is getting closer to the lovely item HEARSTEEL. With the idea how the build works, since he's always putting himself into melee range, thanks to his second ability, he will get plenty of HEARSTEEL stacks, and then afterwards he gets even tankier thanks to building resistances, because you only get tankier if you have both HP pool and resistances. Only having one is not going to help you too much. In the early game, having HP though is the best tankiness you can get, because the power creep isn't as high yet in the early game, so health is still the most potent tank stat. Big damage coming in, also the damage mitigation from the Glacial really coming in clutch. Oh, they're gonna go for this again. Also utilizing a relic. It's just very beautiful. It's just very rare to see a Karma player actually play the champion and use second ability over just pressing first ability like a goblin. Also maxing third ability here because yeah, the only utility, like the entire idea of this build is to use second ability and then just be a utility bot. You can theoretically change this build a tiny bit. You can go for 2 tank items, which is HEARSTEEL and Frozen Heart, and then you can debate maybe even going Leandris just to be a little bit more annoying, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this also works wonderfully well. And he is quite the chonker. Also, Font of Life will heal his teammates quite a lot when they hit. Walking forward, putting the Sonar on a leash. Sonar on a leash right now will not lead to anything, but yeah. It's okay. Doesn't get the stacks. Feels bad, man. Come on, HEARSTEEL. No! Windwall. It's kind of difficult to play here. The Arrow Madness, and his team will get both objectives as it seems. Lee Sin is just going quickly away to just pick up the free objective on the one side. We get 1 HEARSTEEL stack, 34 stacks. The enemy is all inning us. We hit a beautiful Karma ultimate. Nice damage being done. 2 HEARSTEEL procs, 3 HEARSTEEL procs, already 104 extra health. And now the auto attacks come in clutch. Like, that's so much damage she just does by just existing. And just looking for the HEARSTEEL procs, 139. Come on, another one. And another one, 174. The value is coming in clutch. The madness of the Herald fight. The one and true objective. And an, oh, he didn't get that one. 200. Oh, does he flash? Yes, because he has Hex Flash, so he can flash on cooldown. Pops the double shield here and just walks down the Sonar. Tanks the tower for the Lee Sin. Will survive as well. 211 HEARSTEEL stacks in one exchange. Gets Kaiser ulted? Nice. That's the perfect emote. So yeah, already double the HP normally have. Even picking up the Gargoyle, trying to really be in the front line as a massive chonker. The enemy has no way of instantly bursting this Karma, it's not possible. And I believe this is one of the most obnoxious things you can build into full AD or high AD comps or high auto attack comps. Because you provide so much value by lowering the enemy's damage, providing crowd control. Who knows? In the late game, just swap to Titanic as well. For the fun, you know? Because then you have so much HP, you just do nuclear bomb auto attacks. Hits the CC here, puts them together, ults them also. They can't escape the combo. Not possible, and she's just too tanky. Stay mad, Kaiser, you can't kill her. And that's exactly what this build is all about. So annoying to deal with. Ooh, Yona hits the ult to the least and gets the 600 gold shutdown. Is he really careful here? Oh, once he's baiting. Yep, with the X Flash. Such a nice thing. Picking up the fruit here, looking for the Yasuo. Camille's in the mid lane, doesn't have ultimate available. Puts him onto the leash, gets 1 HEARSTEEL stacks for the trouble, turns around, gets a kill, gets another one, and tanks the tower for the teammate, but this play will end sadly though. Okay, I really hope we'll see the Warden's Mail, like the left component, because it's even more reduction of attack speed if the enemy hits you. The other item is ability haste and mana. So keep that in mind, depending on what role you take on during the game, you might choose one or the other before you get to complete the item. And the enemy is not gonna have any attack speed this game. With Frozen Heart, Randuin's life is gonna be so tough. Finding the Aatrox, putting the leash onto the Aatrox, wants to get a quick little stack here. 412 health on the HEARSTEEL. Really tough for the enemy here. Barely any cooldown on the shielding. High CDR with the help of the HEARSTEEL as well. Like getting 20 haste on this item is insane. Like I think they could have the item in the game without any haste and people will still build it. 3,318 health I think I just saw. Water Mail being picked up. We're getting very close to the Frozen Heart. Once we pick up the Frozen Heart, enemy life will be terrible. It's just gonna be too much value. Like, it's just way too much value. Looking for a cheeky invade on the timer here. Picks up the plant. Can maneuver the map like a Nautilus now because she's way too tanky. Okay, so you need to be careful. This karma can flash onto you any time of the moment, any time of the day. Somebody can flash onto you. And yeah, she's just walking around the map, just pissing off people. Second dragon getting into the hands of the team as well. Oh man, I really wish they would rework Ocean Soul so it works on minions and stuff. But yeah, they don't. Flash combo, oh my god, look at the combo, look at the setup onto the Ezreal. That guy was just for breathing, bro. Sorry for breathing. And now she will also probably fall here. Flashed away, but there's just too much CC. The Aatrox flashed in the first ability, which then allowed the Yasuo to instantly ult onto that one, and then the lockdown is just too much. What an insane team play here. Crazy. You rarely see that one. I'm a big fan. Sona is doing some Sona things. Some support things. Okay, we have Frozen Heart in the inventory. We have massive value right now. And at this point, from this point onwards, you can basically choose if you want like a different itemization. Because I think the build right now is already complete in the way you want it to be. And you can just add different things for different purposes. Like, do you need this? Could you go for more damage? Like, what is the idea behind this? Like, all this works. Now she's playing for time, since his team is doing Nashor. Needs to get away from this kind of play here. Axe Flash a little bit away, goes for big damage, but the team is making very questionable plays around the Nashor and they all fall. I'm not a fan of this play at all. She barely takes any damage. She just got hit by the Yasuo Tornado and just took nothing. Literally nothing of damage. They're putting themselves into really bad spots with these forces. They need to play the map more. Puts two people on the leash, will try to get at least HEARSTEEL procs. Gets one, gets another one. The Yone can't really kill her here. Easy money. Oh, close one. Camille on the hunt here. The Sona is isolated. Will they be able to catch up? No, they will not. They will not try. Too much gold on the map, too much pressure to just quickly deal with. Maybe we get a free pickup somewhere. But yeah, this game has turned around in a really bad way now. The Nashor is giving the enemy team a lot of time to put the Sona into a spot where she has scaled. Also, Kai'Sa is scaling. Need to be really careful, because this game can just turn around so fast with the enemy having Yone, Yasuo, Aatrox. Like, so much instant explosive potential. And the Sona can also help out pretty well from the distance by just providing the ultimate, which is even more zone control. And most of the poke of the Ezreal will be mitigated by the Sona as we reach mid-game, so Sona should have Harmonic. Yeah, she has Harmonic. So yeah. Very, very difficult now. Sona used ultimate, so the disengage tool is now gone. Very big for them. Camille in the side lane, not moving forward. Yone being spotted. This dragon would be huge to get, just to have the soul, to have some extra strength. The soul itself will not be making the difference in this game, but just to have a tiny bit more of power. It's like just one more level, just one more this, just anything. They need everything they can. Because if they get caught in a very wrong way, they all get one tapped without, with the exception of Karma. It's gonna be very, very tough though. Very, very tough. And yeah, like this gameplay is a little bit older, yes, but it all this like still works because there's been no changes to this. So you really should have that on your radar. This build just for like the niche scenario of playing into full AD auto attack centric champions. Playing like a Nautilus. Needs to get the mantra for the leash. He gets the leash onto the enemy. The Sonar Tether doesn't break, but needs to back off again. Cannot find an angle to make anything work here, so it's very, very difficult. Yone gets a completely stacked spell here, puts the Aatrox on the leash, goes in here, tries to play for time, tries to create zone control, hopes that the enemy uses cooldowns on her so her teammates get any type of room. Her teammates are slowly moving up. She's stuck in the pit, but will this be enough for her teammates to do anything? That's the question. Ezreal is now on the chase down. Yes, it seems like it was enough. She played enough time for her team to actually achieve something. And that is exactly what needed to happen. That was the only way, and this will actually net them Baron as well. It was so important that this Karma, like, if the Karma goes for the typical build, I think they just lose because she can't deal damage fast enough. But yeah, it's still a very interesting thing. Keep in mind this is an older gameplay, but it doesn't matter. It's still about the idea of this build, and I've played it recently, so. Funnily enough, I played it without knowing this one exists because it was like I was like seeing enemy team. I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna go damage here. That shit is not going to happen. I want to live, and I did live, and I did piss them off. Pantheon tried to jump me, and he just like, huh? Why doesn't he die? Top 3 moments. Not getting one-shot by a Pantheon. Feels good, man. Pops the ultimate. Aatrox now trying to turn. Sonar ultimate connects as well. Gets dragged back into the stun here. Tanks up so much damage. Now the bot lane inhibitor is being sieged. They'll certainly fall. Demolished proc still being available. Another wave coming in. Big knockup by the Aatrox. Nothing happens. The Windwall being used. Camille now ulting it onto the Aatrox. What is happening in the backline? There's so much chaos here. And yeah, this will be very rough because this is going to be Elder Dragon, right? 70 minutes, Elder Dragon. Sadly didn't get the soul, but it is what it is. The game deciding moment is now upon us. Puts the leash onto the Sonar. Sonar breaks the tether though, pops the ult into the backline. Frozen Heart is applied on everyone. Yasuo doesn't press ult on him, but does press ult onto the Camille. Tanks up so much damage, is basically a punching bag right now. Looks for another play here, tries to play for more time. As long as he's getting hit, his carries are not getting hit, and that is the idea right now. Sonar still alive, get 1 kill, Camille ult being thrown away. The Yone is on the leash, has to flash away, and now the Karma is gonna chase them while his team is going to finish. The Karma is just trying to deny while his team is trying to finish. Aatrox gets the recall off though. Ooh. Camille will die to the spirit thing of Yone. Ult being used. Can they end the game? They should be able to. They get the leash onto the Aatrox. Aatrox can't move and gets just instantly taken care of. Karma tanks this thing for 15 billion years and the game will most certainly end here. There's no way Yone can do anything about this, can he? Uh-oh. Yone tries his hardest with the ultimate. He's actually succeeding. He actually succeeded in defending this. No way. This guy is the GOAT. That the Yone just succeeded in defending this put the game in a very bad spot, because now they have the Elder. They have a potential Elder play happening very soon. Karma on the lookout for more fruit. Needs to be as healthy as possible, cannot really go base. Too much of a risk to go base. People might just rush the objective. It was very difficult to just get anything done. The Elder Dragon gave away the Lee Sin, I think, with the auto attack. Who got the crab? We got the crab with the Lee Sin Q. Big. And now the Elder Dance is happening. Kai'Sa's pushing mid lane, preparing this wave. The top wave looks very bad as well. Yasuo now flanking. This is going to be very tough. The connection is being made here, being pulled together. Not much damage is happening. To be really careful. The zone control of the Karma is very good with the constant second abilities. Tries to hunt them down, tries to be the front line, tries to be the Nautilus, is very tanky, pops the Gargoyle, the Yasuo ults the Karma. Nothing is happening though. Without the Yasuo ult now, it's completely Jover for them, because they don't have the tools anymore to threaten the Ezreal, and the Ezreal will just roll over them. They have a big bot wave coming as well, and yeah, they have a big top wave running into their base, but it doesn't matter, because they will finally end the game upon this play. Damn. Very nice idea, very nice gameplay. Always happy to see a Karma utilizing W as well and throwing a guaranteed ulted after the W. Glad to see this, very nice, very rare to see this as well, and thank you for telling me about this video. And if you want to know more about WildRift generally, feel free to sub to the channel and come back for more WildRift content. And yeah, we'll see each other for much more and much more enjoyable stuff very soon. Goodbye, my friends.